going to start sitting. We'll start sitting today. Switch things up a bit. So if you can sit with the legs crossed, sit with the legs crossed. If it's more comfortable to sit on the heels or extend your legs out in front of you, you can do that as well. And sit with the most comfortable crossing of your legs, because we're going to sit like this for a few minutes here to start this practice. So you want to be as comfortable as possible. And then we're going to allow ourselves to fold forward a little bit here. I'm going to turn. And again, I want this to be as comfortable as possible as well. So that might mean that your arms are resting, your hands are resting in your lap, and you're letting your shoulders round and your head come down a little bit here. We don't want any pulling in the back of the neck, so just be mindful of anything that might creep up that might not feel so good, so that you can modify at this stage. If you're comfortable coming down a little bit further, maybe coming to the forearms, or maybe just the hands walking away from you a little bit for support. And again, you want to be comfortable, because we are going to hang out here for a little bit. So if there's something that you need to adjust or modify at this stage, do that, whether it's maybe pop a pillow under your bum, or maybe come up a little bit higher. And let's take a deep breath in here. And then open your mouth side out. And with that sigh, maybe you'll start to become aware of something, some niggle, something in your body that needs to be addressed here. And I really want you to address it, whatever that is. Whether you need to come up a little higher, whether you need to change something, let yourself change it. And you want to settle. You want to settle into this space so that you can cultivate your practice space. And your body might feel like things are happening here, maybe some stretching, some lengthening, and that's okay. But no discomfort, no pain. And if you get to a space here where the body starts to get even more comfortable and weighs you down a little bit more, you can just go with it. Just let it happen. And as your body starts to come into stillness, notice your breath starting to find a rhythm. Breathe through your nose. Breathe a little bit more fully into your body. Feeling your front body, your back body, your side bodies expand that little bit more with the breath. Observe what it is that you came here for tonight. What brought you to your mat? What is it that you are seeking? Observe that which you are seeking and hold on to it, hold it close. Because it's already there, you've already got it. But set the intention for this practice to realize it, to believe. That which you are seeking is already inside you. Now slowly start to walk your hands back if you've walked them forward and come back up to sit. And then extend your legs out in front of you and just give them a gentle shake. So soft knees, give them a shake out. And I should have said this before we uncrossed them, but hopefully you know which one you had crossed in front. Most likely it's the side that feels more comfortable. So if you're right-handed, probably the right foot was in front and vice versa. So now we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to put the opposite foot in front this time. And for most of us, it feels a little bit awkward, and that's how you know that you've done the other side now. So for now, let's sit up nice and tall. Take the arms by your sides. Walk the fingers away from you so your arms are extended out. Take a breath in, reach your arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, bring your hands together, bring your hands down to your heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach the arms out wide, reach them up. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Maybe look down. And then again, inhale, reach the arms out wide. And exhale, this time let's take a little twist out to the left. So bring your right hand to your left thigh, left hand back behind you, sit a little taller, and then turn your chest around to the left. So that left hand is really close to you rather than back so far that you're leaning back into it. We're going to stay sitting up nice and tall here. And then inhale, come all the way back up to center, reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, let's go over to the right. We'll twist over to the right, right hand right back behind you, left hand to the right thigh. And then let's come all the way back to center. So release that twist. And we're going to take a little fold here. We're not going to spend as long in this one as we did on the other side. So you can bring your hands either again into your lap, and you can start to let your head come down a little bit. Maybe your upper body starts to round a little bit. Maybe the hands come forward, maybe as far as the elbows, maybe even further. And just about 5 or 6 really slow, deep breaths here. Settling. And feeling the breath get deeper every breath. Let's just take one more big breath in. Exhale it out. And then walk your hands back. All right. So let's swing the legs around now, coming into a tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Knees are going to go under the hips to start, just so we can all start in the same place. So knees under the hips there. And then bring your knees a little bit closer together. They can touch there, or just a little bit closer than they were. And then take your right knee, and this can be a little bit awkward, but we're going to take the right leg and we're going to cross it over the left. So make that happen, however you want to make that happen. And then try to take your feet, away from each other. So rather than coming in towards each other, we're going to take the feet away from each other. So the feet go wider. And then move your hands forward towards the front of your mat a little bit. And then sit your bum back in the direction. You're not going to go all the way back, but you're going to sit your bum back in the direction of the space between your feet. And when you feel the stretch that you're going to feel when you get back far enough in your hips, then just hang there for a moment. And then inhale, come forward. So come out of the stretch, bring your hips forward. You've still got your right leg crossed over and your feet are still nice and wide there. And then exhale again, sitting it back like you're going to take your bum back to that space between your feet. Breathe all the way out there. And then inhale, come forward again. So coming up out of the stretch. And then exhale, sitting back into it. Now let's do that one more time. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, sit back. Now see how this feels. If you're okay, and you can hang back there for a moment or two, use your hands to press your hands into the mat. Press forward to sit the bum back a little bit further. If you're like, nope, don't like this, then you can keep coming forward and then sitting back. So you're not holding in it. You're taking it a little bit more dynamically. You can rest your forehead down there if it will come down, or just let it rest in the direction of the mat. Another breath. And then come back forward. And then uncross the right leg. So you come back into your tabletop. And this time let's bring the knees about hips distance apart before we do the other side. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Tuck the toes under. Take an inhale, dip the belly. Lift the bum and lift the chest. And then as you exhale, round, push away, coming into a cat shape, rounding through the back, navel hugs up. And then again, inhale, dip the belly down, lift the bum, lift the chest. And then exhale, round, push away. Come back to neutral, bring your knees a little bit closer together. You can untuck your toes there. And then we're going to cross the left leg over the right. And then once you've got your left leg crossed over, separate your feet back there. Bring your hands forward towards the front of your mat. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, send your bum back to that space between your heels. And then inhale, come forward. And exhale, sit back. And inhale, come forward. And exhale, sit back. And again, inhale, come forward. And exhale, sit back. Now this time, we're either going to hang here, pressing the mat away from you so you can sit the bum back and hold, or if that's a bit too big, then take it dynamically, coming forward and sitting back a few more times. Just a couple of breaths there. And then come forward and release. Uncross. Bring the knees hips distance apart. Hands back under the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Tuck the toes. Inhale, dip the belly down. Lift the bum, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, lift the knees. Lift the hips and come up into downward facing dog. So maybe the hands a little bit wider there. Maybe the feet a little bit wider. And we'll start with a pedal out through the legs here, easing into the backs of the legs. Let the back of the neck be nice and long, so ears in line with the upper arms. Pushing the front of your mat forward, as if you're pushing away from you. And then pedaling, keeping the bum high. And then come to center and bring your knees back down into your tabletop. Keep your toes tucked under there. Take an inhale, dip the belly down, lift the bum, lift the chest. Now as you exhale, we're gonna lift back up. So lift the knees back up, back into your downward facing dog. Lift your heels up here. Take your heels over to the left and then put the heels down to the left. And again, push the front of your mat forward as your hips move back. And then come to center, bring your knees down into your tabletop. Dip your belly, lift your bum, lift your chest for your cow. And then exhale, lift back into your downward facing dog. Lift the heels. Take your heels to the right, put them down to the right. Push the front of your mat forward, take the weight back. And then come back to center, bring your knees down. Inhale, dip your belly down. Lift your bum, lift your chest. And then exhale. Let's lift the knees again. Come back into downward facing dog. And then walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. So you come into a forward fold at the back of your mat. Feet a little bit wider there. And then let's take a little pedal out through the legs there. So maybe you're up a little bit higher. Maybe your hands aren't all the way down. That's fine. Maybe the knees are really bent here. That's fine. We're going to take a nice slow pedal. So feel the difference. So even if your hamstrings are on the very tighter side, on the very tight side, still notice the difference in the bend in your legs. So if one leg is going to bend a lot there and the other leg isn't going to straighten, that's fine. Extend it as much as possible before you switch sides. You can relax the head down there. And then come back to center. Everybody will have soft knees here. A little bit of a bend or a big bend, depending on how the backs of the legs feel. Relax the crown of the head down. Shift the weight forward into the balls of the feet. Relax the arms down, maybe grabbing opposite elbows or the arms can dangle. And then inhale here, rise up halfway, lengthening into a flat back. Slide the shoulders back. Pull the chest forward. Nice straight legs there. And then exhale, soften the knees and fold again, dropping back down. And then inhale. Roll yourself all the way up to stand. Take your time as you come up. Take your arms all the way up to the sky. And then as you exhale, take your arms down by your sides into your Tadasana, rolling your shoulders back in space. Root down through your legs, engage through your belly. Take another deep breath in, reach your arms to the sky. And then as you exhale, let's fold again. Come all the way back down, softening into the knees as you drop down into your fold. Now, bend your knees here enough so that you can bring your hands down to the mat, okay? So as much as you need to bend your knees here is fine, but bring your hands down so you've got some support. And if you've got a block, you can use a block, that's fine, or a book or something to lift you up, but you want some support under your hands. So we're gonna start with the right hand down. It can be flat, it can be on the fist, you can be on the fingers. We're gonna bend the right knee a lot, extend the left leg, send the left bum straight back behind you. Lengthen through your torso, moving your chest forward towards the front of your mat, and then take your left arm and reach up to the sky, turning your chest up towards the left hand. So you've got this big bend in the right knee, and the left leg is nice and straight and strong. Left arm reaching up to the sky, breathe. How much length can you create along the left side of the body? Take that left hip back in space. Take another breath. Then come back to center, bending both knees. Put your left hand down where your right hand was. So now the left knee is going to bend a lot. The right leg is going to straighten. The right bum cheek is going to go back. We're going to take the right arm up to the sky. Reach up with the right fingers. Turn your chest up towards the right hand and lengthen along the right side of the body. Keep taking that right hip back. Lengthen along the torso so we're not rounding down towards the floor. We're moving forward. Another breath. And then fold right hand down. Soften both knees, drop down. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthening into your flat back, your straight legs. And then exhale, let's bring the hands down. Walk the hands forward once again into downward facing dog. Keep the bum up nice and high. Pedal out through the legs or let the heels sink. And then inhale, bring your knees down. Keep your toes tucked under, back into your table. Dip your belly down, lift your bum, lift your chest. And then as you exhale and you lift your knees, take your heels to the left and then take the heels down. So you're in your down dog except your heels are to the left and down. And then inhale back into that tabletop, knees down, cow shape, dip the belly, lift the chest. And then lift back up into the down dog, take the heels over to the right and down. Push the front of your mat forward. And then come back to center. So let the heels drop straight back behind you. Push the front of the mat forward, take the weight back, take another breath. And then let's walk the feet forward to the hands this time. So we'll come up to the front of the mat into our Uttanasana. So maybe the feet are hips distance apart, or maybe the feet are a little bit wider because the backs of the legs are feeling a little bit tight today. Honor that. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen into a flat back and straight legs. And then exhale, fold, soft knees. Inhale, rise all the way up, take your arms all the way up to the sky, lifting the heart, Urdhva Hastasana. And then as you exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana. Inhale again, reaching the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Lift the heart strong through the belly. Exhale, fold, come all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen. And then as you exhale, bend your knees so that you can bring your hands all the way down and take your right foot to the back of the mat. Go all the way back. Bend a little bit more deeply into the left knee. We're going to keep that right hand down. Again, it can be on the fist, it can be flat, or you can be on the fingertips. Deeply bending into the left knee and then really push the right leg super straight so that right heel is pressing back behind you. Then take your left arm and reach it up to the sky, turning your chest up towards your left hand. Hug your left hip in towards the body as if you're going to bring your hips in towards each other as you reach your left arm up to the sky. Breathe. Now, take your left hand back down and take your right knee down to the mat. Back the hips up a little bit here. Push down through that left foot so you can come up here to balance. So you're on your left foot and your right knee. And you've got a square shape under your leg rather than a wedge shape. So we're taking the hips back over the right knee. And then let's take the arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, twist, turn your chest out to the left and reach your arms out. So your right hand is reaching forward and your left arm is reaching back. Okay? Now inhale, come all the way back up, reaching your arms up to the sky as you turn forward. And then exhale, open it back out into that twist. Really turning your chest out to the left. Let's do that again. Inhale as you face forward, reach your arms to the sky. Then exhale, turn out into your twist out to the left. Now start to let your hips move forward a little bit there. Press down into the left foot. Inhale, come back to center, reach your arms to the sky, hips still dropping forward. Exhale, open back out to the left, twist. Inhale again to center. Exhale, twist to the left, maybe dropping forward a little bit more. See how it feels with the hips. And then one more time. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, open out to the left. And then bring your hands all the way down. Frame the left foot. Lift the back knee up and step forward to the front of your mat. Okay, feet hips distance apart. Soften your knees a little bit there and drop down. Inhale. rise up halfway, lengthen, chest forward, and then exhale, fold. We're going to take the right hand down, so bend your knees again so that you can get your hands down if they're not down. Right hand down in front of the face, right knee bends a lot, left leg straight. Left arm up to the sky, that twist again we're revisiting. Now this time take your left palm, turn it around back behind you, and then wrap that left arm back behind you. And maybe the back of the hand will rest on the right bum, or maybe grab a hold of the right thigh and use that binding action to turn your chest up a little bit higher. Keep the torso nice and long so we're not rounding down. Take another breath. And then put the left hand back down and switch sides. So left hand will come in front of the face. The left knee bends, right leg straightens, right arm up to the sky. Lifting the chest, turn the right palm around back behind you, wrap it around. Maybe rest it on the hip or the bum, or maybe grab the left thigh. Big breaths. And then release that right arm and come all the way back down to center. Inhale. Rise up halfway, lengthen into a flat back and straight legs. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Take your arms all the way up to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana, so heart lifts, belly strong, root through the legs. And then exhale, take your arms down by your sides, Tadasana. Take an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, all the way down. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen into a flat back. And then as you exhale, soft knees, hands down, left foot goes to the back of the mat, all the way back. And keep that left leg super straight and strong. Nice deep bend in the right knee. Really press the left heel back behind you. Plant the left hand down. Take your right arm up to the sky to twist. Turn your chest up towards the right hand and hug that right hip into the body so it's not sticking out to the right. Breathe. One more big breath. And then right hand comes down and the left knee comes down. So take your hips back over your left knee, push down through your left foot, and we'll come up into our little lunge variation here. Let's take an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, turn to the right, twist. So right arm reaches back behind you, left arm forward. Torso nice and upright. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Now inhale back to center. Let the hips drop forward just a little bit. And then exhale, twist out to the right. And again, inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. If you want to sink a little bit deeper, you can there. And one more time, inhale. And exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring your hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Okay, now walk your feet wider than your hips here. So make sure your heels are wider than your hips and your toes turn out. And then bend your knees and take your bum down nice and low into a squat there. As your bum goes down, your chest goes up. So rather than rounding, you can bring your elbows and your inner knees there or keep your hands down for support. Push your palms together if you're bringing your hands together. Use the elbows to push the knees wide. Try to eliminate the rounding in the back so we're sitting up nice and tall. Close the eyes. Breathe. If your heels don't touch down, that's okay. You might want your hands down for support, or you might want to pad under your heels there. Take a few more breaths. Okay. Now let's bring the hands back down and lift the bum back up. Now, walk your feet closer together so that they're just narrower than your hips. So they've not come all the way together, but your feet are narrower than your hips. Now again, we want our hands down. So if you have blocks, you can have hands on blocks, or bend your knees here so that you can get your hands down. Not a huge bend, but as much as you need to bend. Then lift your heels just a little bit. Walk your hands around to the right. Let your heels travel around to the left. We're going to start to turn so that we face around towards the back of the mat. So walk your hands all the way back around. So you wind up facing now the back of your mat, and your right leg is crossed over your left leg. Okay, and again, you can have that softness in the knees there, that's fine. And then we're going to fold there. Try to push down through the feet. So if you're rolling to the pinky edges of the feet, try to bring the feet flat on the mat. And one more breath. Okay, now to come out of this, we walk our hands back around to the left. The feet pivot back around back to normal. And we walk our hands back to the front of the mat. And then we're going to do that the other way. So lift your heels just a little bit. Walk your hands around to your left. Let your feet pivot all the way around so that the heels now face the front of your mat. You face the back of your mat. Hands are down. Knees can be a little soft. Press down through the feet. Fold. One more breath. And then to come out, we walk our hands back around to the right, pivot the feet back around to the front of the mat, and then we're back in our Uttanasana. Folding there. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, coming up to your Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana. Let's take, excuse me, let's step the feet now wide on the mat. Take a nice big wide stance. And we'll take the feet so that they're parallel there. So line up the pinky edges of your feet with your mat. Take an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Come all the way down into your wide leg forward fold here. And you can play around with your feet here. If you want to take them a little bit wider, if you want to bring them a little bit closer, your hands don't have to touch all the way down here. You might be higher up. You might have soft knees so that you can bring your hands down if you want your hands down. Don't bend your knees so much that you've got this huge bend in your knees. If that's the case, you're just going to stay up higher, okay? And then let's keep the legs as straight as possible and let the hips move side to side a little bit there. So you feel that stretching sensation in your inner groin there. And then come back to center. So let your hips come back to neutral and then let yourself fold there. Dropping the crown of the head down towards the mat. Pressing down through the fronts of the feet. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen into a flat back. And then exhale, fold. And do that again, inhale. And then exhale. Now let's come all the way back up to stand. Take your arms all the way up to the sky. And then turn your right toes forward to the front of the mat. Turn your left heel to the back of the mat. And let's come into warrior two. So bend into your right knee. And if you need to widen your stance there or shorten your stance there, go for it. We want heel to arch alignment. So right heel lining up with the arch on the left foot. Arms reaching out nice and wide. Nice deep bend in the right knee. Now let's see if we can keep the lower body as it is. And we'll take an inhale as we reverse the warrior. So left hand slides down the back of the left leg. Right arm reaches up and over the right ear. And then exhale, bringing the right elbow to the right thigh and reach your left arm up and over. And you're resting really, really gently with that right elbow. And then again, inhale, reversing the warrior, reaching up and back. And then exhale, side angle, nice and gentle rest of that right elbow. And then one more time, inhale, reverse, reach it back. And then exhale, side angle. And then let's come back up into the warrior two and then straighten the right leg. Turn the feet to parallel. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And exhale, fold, coming all the way down. Now this time, let's take a bend in the right knee and try to take your right knee over towards your right toes. So rather than bending and letting the right knee drop in, try to take that right knee out wide. Walk your hands over towards the right foot and bend a little bit more deeply into that right knee. And sink that inner left thigh down to the mat. So you get a nice big stretch in the inner left groin as well. And then lift your chest up here so you're not rounding. And then walk it all the way over to the left. Bend your left knee. Take your hips to the left. Keep the left knee going wide rather than dipping in. Drop the right inner thigh down towards the mat. And then come back to center. Walk your hands back to center and fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale halfway. And exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Take your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, warrior two, left toes turn out. Right heel turns back, left knee bends, arms reach out wide. So again, we're going to keep the lower body as it is. Inhale, reverse the warrior, reach it up and back. Right hand slides down the back of the right leg. Exhale, left elbow gently rested on the left thigh, right arm up and over. And again, inhale, reverse, keep the legs nice and strong. And exhale, side angle. And one more time, inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle. And then inhale, come all the way back up into your warrior two. And as you exhale, straighten the left leg, turn the feet to parallel. Now walk your feet in a little bit closer, just a little bit. Heel toe them in a tiny bit. Turn your heels in, toes out. Interlace your hands, push your palms out in front of you. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, bend your knees and reach your arms up overhead. And then inhale, straighten the legs, push the arms forward, push the palms forward. And then exhale, bend, push the palms up. And again, inhale, come up. Exhale, bend into your goddess variation. And again, inhale and exhale. And one more, inhale and exhale. Go post your arms. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. And exhale, stand up, bring your palms to your heart. And then let's step forward to the front of the mat. Give your legs a little bit of a shake there and bring your feet together. So we're going to come into a little balance here by starting with the feet nice and close, big toes touching. Close your eyes and stand. And already we come into a little balance because we've decreased our base of support. We've brought our feet so close together and we've closed our eyes. So just take a moment, let yourself settle into this balance. And then open your eyes. Locate your drishti, that place where you're going to rest your gaze. Bend your knees a little bit here, and we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. And feel free to grab a wall if you're feeling a little bit wobbly today. Bend your left knee a little bit more and sit your bum back, but keep your chest lifting. Keep the right foot flexed and try and touch the outside of the right knee. Try to press it down towards the mat as if you were going to try and touch the outer knee to the floor. Bring the hands to the heart, push the palms in towards each other, keep the chest lifting, breathe. Sit a little bit lower, take one more breath, and then come all the way up. Bring the right foot down right next to the left. We're gonna go right to the other side, little softness in the knees. Left ankle crosses over right thigh. Bend a little bit more deeply into the right knee, keep the chest up. Open out that left knee and thigh. So you wanna keep that left knee going out to the left, down towards the floor. Chest lifting, belly strong, breathe. Eyes fixed, soft gaze. Sit a little bit lower. And then come all the way up and release. Bring the feet hips distance. Take an inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, come all the way down. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, push the front of the mat forward. Back of the neck nice and long, deep breath in. And then open the mouth side out. Do that again, inhale. And let it go. And inhale. Come forward to plank, bringing your shoulders forward. We'll take the knees down to modify the plank. Keep the belly nice and strong, and we'll lower down in a straight line, all the way down. Keep your hands where they are. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Roll your shoulders back, elbows in. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Do that again. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. And last one. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Keep the knees down, take an inhale. As you exhale, let's push back. Belly, chest, thighs, lift all the way back up. Bring your big toes to touch and sit back into your child's pose. Keep your arms extended forward. Sit your bum back to your heels. Slow the breath. Observe the rhythm of your breath. And walk your hands back in towards your knees. Let's extend the legs out in front and come onto the back. Lie down. So knees bent, when you come onto your back, let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So similar shape that we took in our balance here. So crossing the right ankle over, flexing the right foot. Let's take the arms out into a T shape. And then let your legs in this formation, let them fall to the left so that the outer edge of the left leg comes down to the floor and the bottom of the right foot. And if it doesn't touch all the way down, don't worry about it. Inhale, let's come all the way back up. So we're going to do that dynamically the first few times. And then if it feels good, you can settle into it. If it still feels quite tight, you can keep taking it dynamically. So let the legs fall again. And then again, inhale, come back up. And exhale. Let the legs tip to the left. And if you're pretty happy there, if that feels good, if the right foot comes down and the legs are happy there, you can stay there. Otherwise, we'll do 3 more times. We'll come back up. And then exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And last one, inhale. And exhale. And then we'll come all the way back up. Everybody will come all the way back up and then cross the right knee all the way over the left and hug the knees into the chest. Reaching up and grabbing a hold of the shins or wherever is most comfortable. Keep the head relaxed. Back of the neck nice and long, so chin dropping down towards the chest. Maybe rotate the ankles around a little bit there, circling the feet if that feels good. And then release that. And we'll bring the feet back down to the mat and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Arms out wide. And the same thing again. We'll take an inhale. And as you exhale, let the legs drop to the right this time. And inhale, come back up. And exhale. Take your time, let the whole exhale bring you over. And inhale. And exhale. And if you're pretty happy there and you just want to hang there, go for it. If this is not feeling super accessible and you don't want to stay there, then we'll do 3 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And last one, inhale. And exhale. Come all the way back up. Cross the left leg all the way over the right. And then hug in. Again, keep the head relaxed. And again, you can rotate the ankles, circling the feet. Okay, and then let's uncross the legs. Take the arms out wide, and we'll bring the knees to the right, and we'll take a twist. Keep the back of the left shoulder down. If you want to turn your head to the left, you can. Let the legs settle over to the right. It's okay if the legs don't touch and the left thigh hovers over the right. That's fine. It's okay if it touches down too. And keep the back of the left shoulder on the mat, or as close to the mat as possible. Notice the rhythm of the breath. ahead and bring the knees back to center. And then drop the knees to the left. Keep the back of the right shoulder back if you want to turn your head to the right. And then bring the knees back to center. Let's come to Supta Baddha Konasana. So we'll bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees knock out wide. And you can keep your arms out wide, or you can bring your arms closer to your body, or you can rest your hands on your body. Spend a few moments here revisiting your intention to stay rooted to the truth, to the acceptance of the truth, that what you're seeking is already inside of you. And maybe just for a breath, just for as long as it takes you just to take one complete cycle of breath. Maybe you let yourself believe it. You just let yourself believe it. You just let it be true. Just for that breath. And then prepare for your Shavasana by extending your legs out long and letting your feet splay out. Letting your physical body come into as deep a level of comfort as it can find. So whatever you need to adjust, whatever you need to do to be at ease here, do it. Soften the muscles around your face. Your shoulders. Your abdomen. Your thighs. Your calves. Your feet. And take rest in your truth here. So start to come back. Deepening your breath and taking a big, long stretch through your whole body. When you're ready, bend your knees. Relax your arms as you roll over onto your side. And you'll find your way up to your seat. Sit with your eyes closed, with your hands in your heart. Bow your head. In gratitude. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.